Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode, day number 229 of the 365-day trivia road trip. Today we have a 21-question random knowledge trivia quiz. There's going to be 20 questions up front, and then at the end of this episode, there's a question 21 tiebreaker if you need to stick around for that. Thank you for watching, and good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. Since 1910, the cover went through a few changes, during which the border got brighter and the oak leaves became less prominent. Eventually, all that remained of the original cover design of the National Geographic was its border. What color is the iconic magazine's border? The cover of each National Geographic magazine is bordered in yellow. Yellow is the answer. Question number 2. Cities on this bay's northern shores include Annapolis and Baltimore. The Potomac River ultimately flows into what bay that is bounded on the east by the Delmarva Peninsula? The bay we're looking for is the Chesapeake Bay. Question number 3. At the end of the Lord of the Rings film trilogy, this character smiles as he falls into the fires of Mount Doom, having achieved his goal. Andy Serkis played what corrupted hobbit whose only goal is to reclaim his precious? The answer is Gollum, or Smeagol. Question number 4. In this novel, William Collins marries Charlotte Lucas after being rejected by the protagonist. A character in this novel protects Lydia's reputation by bribing George Wickham into marrying her. What is this Jane Austen novel in which Elizabeth Bennet ultimately agrees to marry Mr. Darcy? The answer is Pride and Prejudice. Question number 5. Donatello's Gattamelata commemorates Erasmo de Narni's military prowess by showing him riding one of these animals. This statue inspired a trend of depicting military leaders riding what type of animals? If you said military leaders riding elephants, you're wrong. The answer is, of course, horses. Question number 6. In the early Judeo-Christian tradition of taking many wives, what was the name of the wise king of Israel and the builder of the first temple in Jerusalem, who reportedly had 700 wives and over 300 concubines? This wise king of Israel was Solomon. Question number 7. This man's presidency lasted less than 900 days, the shortest term for any U.S. president who didn't die in office. Who was this Republican politician who lost his only presidential election to Jimmy Carter? He got bumped up to vice president, and then when Nixon resigned, he got bumped up to president, so his first election, he lost. The answer is Gerald Ford. Question number 8. South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, and this country are often labeled the 4 Asian tigers for their high-tech economies. What is the name of this island nation whose sovereignty is disputed by its mainland neighbor, China? The island nation we're looking for is Taiwan. Question number 9. The now discredited Titius Bode Law predicted that a missing planet should exist where this region was eventually discovered. What is this region located between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter that contains relatively little mass but more than 1 million objects with a diameter of 1 kilometer or greater? The area where they used to think a planet existed is the asteroid belt. Question number 10. Aphrodite was the lover of this extraordinarily beautiful mortal man and became so distraught at this man's death during a hunt that she caused anemone flowers to bloom where his blood fell. What was the name of this man? This good-looking mortal man was named Adonis. Question number 11. As a teenager, Buffalo Bill Cody worked as a writer for what service that, despite only operating for 1.5 years, transmitted tens of thousands of messages between Missouri and California in the pre-telegraph era? The answer is the Pony Express. Question number 12. Born December 14, 1503, what was the name of the French astrologer, apothecary, physician, and reputed seer who is best known for his book Les Prophéties, a collection of 942 poetic quatrains allegedly predicting future events? The answer is Nostradamus. Question 13. This empire was dissolved by Francis II after Napoleon founded the Confederation of the Rhine. The leader of this empire was appointed by Prince Electors. Charles V was a ruler of what Germanic empire whose emperors were crowned by the Pope? This empire was known as the Holy Roman Empire. Question 14. This city's downtown area is home to a freedom trail where tourists can visit Dorchester Heights, Faneuil Hall, and the Old North Church. Colleges in and around what American city include Emerson College, MIT, and Harvard? The answer is Boston. Question number 15. The word comes from the old German word meaning oak tree. The bark of the oak tree contains what type of acid that was commonly used in turning animal hide into leather? What's the name for that acid? The answer is tannins, or tannic acid. Question number 16. Athens and Sparta feuded in this series of 5th century BC wars. What was the name of this conflict that ended with Athens' navy getting destroyed at Agospotami and Sparta installing the 30 tyrants to control Athens? The answer is the Peloponnesian Wars. Question number 17. The navy of the Ming Dynasty was unsuccessful in its attempts to deal with these criminals. The most successful of what type of criminal, Xing Shi, unified her fleet of 3,000 ships with a law code that required the group inspection of plundered booty? The answer is a pirate, or one who commits piracy. Question number 18. When the lawyer for the plaintiff or the government has finished questioning a witness, the lawyer for the defendant may then question the witness. What is the legal term for the questioning of a witness by the attorney of the adverse party? That is known as cross-examination. Question number 19. Bancroft Hall is the largest single dormitory in the world. Bancroft Hall is home for the entire brigade of 4,400 people, contains some 1,700 rooms, 4.8 miles of corridors, and 33 acres of floor space. At what U.S. Service Academy is Bancroft Hall located? The answer is the United States Naval Academy. And question 20. The existence of this area, which notably did not include Cathasia, explains the widespread distribution of the Lystrosaurus fossils. What landmass formed when Laurasia and Gondwana collided and was first proposed by Alfred Wegener as a result of continental drift? This giant landmass was called Pangaea. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROADTRIpVIA. Make sure you check back tomorrow for day number 230 of the 365-day trivia road trip. And then make sure you're here this weekend. We're going to start with a pit stop trivia on Saturday. That quiz was submitted by Jeannie and Dave Junkins. They're better trivia writers than I am, so I know you're going to enjoy that one. But then on Sunday, we have a little bit something special. I'm not even sure what we're going to do quiz-wise, but we will do some sort of trivia, and then I have a big announcement, so make sure you join us on Sunday. I'm not sure if I'm going live yet or just going to post a video, but Sunday, make sure you're watching. We got big news coming. Subscribe to the channel if you need to be reminded of when that video posts. Here's question 21, the tiebreaker for today. Published in London in October as The Whale, and a month later in New York City as Moby Dick, or The Whale, what year did this Herman Melville classic come out? Published in October in London, November in New York City, Moby Dick, or The Whale, came out in 1851. Whichever player got closest to 1851 is going to win the point. If it was a tiebreaker, the person who won the point just won the whole game. Congratulations. See ya tomorrow.